Imagine the weight of a shadow. You are walking alone down a narrow, dimly lit corridor. You don't hear a footstep. You don't hear a breath. Yet, the hair on the back of your neck stands up. Your pulse quickens. Your internal radar is screaming that you are no longer alone. You turn around, and there they are. They aren't yelling. They aren't waving a weapon. They are simply standing there, still, calm, watching. In that moment, you realize a terrifying truth. Real power does not need to introduce itself. The most dangerous predators in the animal kingdom do not growl to warn their prey. They save their breath for the strike. They don't roar to prove they are dominant. They simply exist in a state of absolute, unshakable certainty. Now, ask yourself, what if you could project that same aura? What if you could make those who oppose you, your rivals, your detractors, your enemies, feel that same cold shiver of respect and hesitation without you ever having to raise your voice? This is not about being a bully. It is about becoming an enigma. It is about the Stoic realization that the more you speak, the more you leak your power. Most people are desperate to be heard. They argue, they explain, they plead for validation. But here at Stoicism in practice, we teach a different way. We teach the way of the mountain, unmoved by the wind, silent in its majesty, and terrifying in its scale. Before we dive into the laws of silent dominance, do yourself a favor. If you are ready to stop being the one who reacts and start being the one who is reacted to, hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. Join this brotherhood of disciplined minds. The world has lied to you. It told you that the loudest person in the room is the leader. It told you that you must defend your reputation with words. But the moment you try to prove your worth to an enemy, you have already handed them the keys to your internal kingdom. You have shown them that their opinion matters. You have shown them where you are vulnerable. True power is not spoken, it is felt. It is a frequency you emit when you have achieved total mastery over your own impulses. Today, we break down the 5 laws of silent power that will transform how the world perceives you. Law number 1, the sovereignty of the gaze. Most people are afraid of the eyes. We blink when we are startled. We look away when we are intimidated. We dart our eyes around when we are searching for an exit or a social cue. To the trained observer, these micro movements are a map of your insecurities. If you want to command fear, or more accurately, deep, unsettling respect, you must master the empty stare. This isn't a tough guy squint. It is the gaze of a statue. When someone speaks to you, especially if they are trying to provoke you, do not flinch. Hold their gaze with a neutral, unblinking intensity. The human brain is a pattern recognition machine. It craves feedback. When someone attacks you and you offer no visual feedback, no anger, no fear, no shifting, the attacker's brain begins to short-circuit. They expect a reaction to gauge their own success. When you give them nothing, they are forced to fill that void with their own neuroses. They start thinking, why isn't he reacting? What does he know that I don't? Is he planning something? This is the psychological phenomenon of the uncanny valley. By being too still, you become something other than a target. You become a predator. Science tells us that prolonged, neutral eye contact can actually trigger a hallucination response in the other person. Their mind begins to distort your features because it cannot handle the lack of data. You have won the battle before a single word was exchanged, simply because you refuse to look away. Law number 2, the vacuum of silence. Silence is a vacuum. and nature abhors a vacuum. Most people are terrified of a pause in conversation. They rush to fill it with nervous laughter, useless information, or apologies. Stoicism teaches us that the tongue is a dangerous weapon that often cuts the one who wields it. Zeno, the founder of Stoicism, famously said that we have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. But we go further. Silence is not just about listening, it is a tactical weapon. Imagine a negotiation or a confrontation. Your opponent makes a claim or hurls an insult. Instead of firing back, you simply wait. You look at them. You count to 5 in your head. That 5-second gap will feel like an hour to them. In that silence, the weight of their own words begins to crush them. They will start to backtrack. They will start to over-explain. They will reveal their hand. By weaponizing the pause, you force the other person to negotiate against themselves. You are the one holding the space. They are the ones drowning in it. Before we move to the next law, I want you to commit to this path. Type the phrase, "I am in control of my mind," in the comments below. Let it be your anchor. Law number 3, the architecture of stillness. Movement is energy, and wasted movement is a sign of a scattered soul. Look at the people around you. They are constantly adjusting their clothes, tapping their feet, checking their phones, or shifting their weight. This is leakage. It is the physical manifestation of anxiety. A king does not fidget on his throne. A Stoic master knows that the body must be a reflection of the mind's internal fortress. When you enter a room, move with a deliberate, slowed down intentionality. When you sit like a monolith. Do not cross and uncross your legs. Do not play with your pen. Total physical stillness suggests that you are so comfortable in your environment that you have nothing to fear. It suggests that you are in no rush because you already own the outcome. This stillness is unnerving to others because it suggests a level of self-control that they do not possess. They see your lack of movement as a sign of hidden strength. In their minds, you are a coiled spring ready to act with precision because you aren't wasting an ounce of energy on nervous habits. Law number 4, the fortress of the mask. Epictetus taught us that it is not things that disturb us, but our interpretation of things. Most people wear their interpretations on their faces. You can see their anger, their jealousy, and their desperate need for approval in every facial twitch. To make your enemies fear you, you must cultivate the unreadable mask. This is the Stoic concept of apatheia, not a lack of feeling, but a total command over the display of those feelings. If an enemy insults you and you get angry, they have conquered you. They have dictated your emotional state. But if they insult you and your face remains as calm as a frozen lake, they have failed. More than that, they have become afraid. A person who cannot be provoked is a person who cannot be predicted. If they can't predict you, they can't fight you. By maintaining a neutral, slightly detached expression in the heat of conflict, you project an aura of invulnerability. You become a mirror, reflecting their own lack of control back at them. They will walk away from the encounter feeling small, not because of what you did, but because of what you refused to do. Law number 5, the Majesty of Absence. In a world of constant connection, your greatest power is your disappearance. Many people believe that being present and available makes them important. The opposite is true. Familiarity breeds contempt. If you are always there, always replying to messages instantly, always appearing at every event, you become a known quantity. You become predictable, and the predictable is never feared. The Stoic knows the value of his time and the sanctity of his presence. By being strategically absent, you create a mystery. When you go silent, when you become unavailable, when you stop providing the noise that people expect from you, their imagination takes over. In your absence, they will build a version of you that is far more formidable than reality. They will wonder what you are working on, who you are with, and why you no longer seem to need their company. This creates a vacuum of power that only you can fill. When you finally do reappear, your presence has 10 times the impact because it has been missed. Now, let us bring this into reality. Imagine walking into a high-stakes environment, perhaps a meeting with people who don't have your best interests at heart. You don't rush the entrance. You walk in, move to your seat, and you don't say a word for the first 60 seconds. You scan the room with that sovereign gaze. You sit in absolute stillness. When someone asks you a question, you let a long pause hang in the air before answering. You notice their discomfort. You notice how they start to adjust their collars and avoid your eyes. You haven't threatened anyone. You haven't insulted anyone. But the atmosphere has shifted. You are the gravity in the room. Every person there is now orbiting your silence. This is the essence of Stoicism in practice. But remember this, these techniques are not tricks. They are the outward results of inward discipline. You cannot fake this kind of presence for long if your mind is a chaotic mess of desire and fear. If you are faking stillness, but your heart is racing with a need for their approval, they will eventually sense the lie. The fear you instill in your enemies must be a byproduct of the respect you have for yourself. You must actually reach a point where their opinion of you is as irrelevant as the sound of the wind. The real work happens when the lights are off. It happens in the early hours of the morning when you are training your body. It happens in the silence of your study when you are training your mind. If you want to be the man who makes his enemies tremble without a word, you must first be the man who can sit alone in a dark room for an hour and be perfectly content. If you cannot control yourself, you will never control the space around you. Before we conclude, I want to remind you why we do this. We don't seek power to oppress. We seek power so that we cannot be oppressed. We master silence so that our words, when spoken, have the weight of thunder. We master stillness so that our actions, when taken, are decisive and final. You are building a life of purpose, and in that life, there is no room for the petty noise of those who wish to see you fail. If this message resonated with your soul, make sure to like this video. It tells the algorithm that this is the kind of wisdom the world needs right now. And if you're ready to take the next step in your evolution, you need to understand that the silent power we discussed today is fueled by one thing: focus. Without focus, you are just a quiet man with a weak mind. To truly become the master of your reality, you must learn to work in the shadows. Click on the video on your screen right now. Focus on yourself. Work hard in silence. That is where the real transformation begins. I'll see you over there. Stay disciplined. Stay stoic. Stoicism in practice.